There can be a lesson learned from this video here. Some people think they just watch a couple YouTube videos and now they know a couple chart patterns and it's always, one-to-one. It's not that easy. Making trades in this game, you can lose everything. Most successful traders have been doing this for 5, 10 plus years, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of losses before you get good at what you're doing. So just make sure that you're just holding your stack that you have and not gambling with everything. We're going to talk about MicroStrategy in this video. How much do you need to hold to become a millionaire? Kathy Wood's weighing in. She's still bullish for the year of 2024. What she's saying is that Bitcoin is going to $124,000 this year. At the current time of this recording, we see Bitcoin coming in at 95.3. So you're talking about another 30% move almost for Bitcoin. So this is definitely bullish. Willy Woo's giving his 2 cents. The merger of Bitcoin and TradFi is not going to make sense. When a breakthrough asset with a risk-free rate of 40% hits a system, pricing it at 1 to 5%, all sorts of crazy happen. MicroStrategy is diluting and dumping a stock, and it only drives the stock higher. 40% annualized gains is driven by insane adoption, and we have 8 to 12 years left to enjoy this. Bitcoin holders will be able to buy a house and have the Bitcoin pay it off in 4 years. Bitcoin will work for you. So once again, stop trying to make the trades, just hodl, keep stacking and hodling. You're blessed to be in this position and be a part of this time in holding Bitcoin. Don't sell it, use it. Many products are being built for you right now. We have an excerpt from Michael Saylor talking about the MicroStrategy trade. People get it. What are they missing? Let's hear from Michael.
Michael, there's a perception that your stock trades at a premium to the intrinsic value of Bitcoin that you hold in the core business. Is that your view? And if so, what explains it? Is that the Saylor premium?
No, that's only a perception of people that haven't been paying attention or don't really do any research. If you actually logged into our earnings call, or if anybody studied the company, that's kind of like saying there's a perception that Microsoft trades at a premium to its underlying assets. Well, yeah, it does. It trades 50 times greater than its net tangible assets. So does Apple, so does Standard Oil, so does every operating company. So the myth, right, the misunderstanding here is people don't understand what our operating business is. Our operating business is a treasury operation that's securitizing Bitcoin.
Simply put, from Michael Saylor, he's saying people aren't understanding what an operating business that operates in the capacity while holding its treasury 100% in Bitcoin, they're missing the benchmark. MicroStrategy has been ripping faces and put in new all-time highs from its 24-year previous all-time high. How many MicroStrategy do you need to become a millionaire? Well, right now we're going to focus on the market cap present day. Current price at $388 at business close. So by the time you watch this, it'll be a little different, but utilize roughly this $89 billion market cap. So we pulled this chart together just for you if you bought MicroStrategy at the next open of business. Now, the price will be different. It could be a little more, it could be a little less, but you'll get the picture of what we're displaying to you today and showing you that we are still early. So if you made an investment into MicroStrategy at the next open, if you spent $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, or $100,000, we use these as benchmarks. Sometimes people can get their hands at least on a $5,000. If you can't, Maybe you and a couple friends can go in together. There's different, maybe you can work a different job, another job, 2 or 3 jobs, and keep stacking. You don't got to spend this all at once, but let's just say you had $5,000 to spend it at once at this price. That'll give you this amount of shares, 12.85. And same for 10,000, 25 shares, 50,000, 128 shares, 100,000, 257 shares. So you get where we're going with this. And some quick math, some quick simple math. If you spend 100,000 divided by 388.84, that gives you your 257 shares. So remember, the market cap, what we got to pay attention to, future targets. We're not there yet. The market cap is at roughly $89 billion. So we're looking at targets here. 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion, 4 trillion, 5 trillion, $10 trillion for some mood math. $1 trillion for MicroStrategy is definitely obtainable. Any one of these targets here could be obtainable depending on what the premium is. It could be more than this. So if Bitcoin's underlying asset value at one point is worth $800 billion and the premium's 25, do the math. We're talking over 10 trillion, but we're being conservative, so we're just showing you the potentials of what you can earn. Well, let's start with your future holdings of $5,000. At $1 trillion, that's roughly an 11x. That's 55,000. So every 5,000 turns to 55,000. At 2 trillion, 111,000. 3 trillion, 167,000. 4 trillion, 223,000. 5 trillion, 278,000, and 10 trillion, $557,000. That is crazy. And why is this obtainable? Yes, because Michael Saylor talked about that premium once again. If MicroStrategy ends up trading at a 50 mNAV premium of its underlying asset, if all its Bitcoin ends up being worth $1 trillion, you're talking about a $50 trillion valuation. The richest company in the world. That's what MicroStrategy is in the race for. So we don't even have this on here. So $50 trillion would be 5 times this target. So you're talking about over $2.5 million off of a $5,000 investment. That's how early we are. And this could happen over the next 10, 20 years. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're not putting price targets on it. This isn't going to happen next year. 1 trillion might happen next year. There is maybe a couple cases where that could be the case, depending on how high Bitcoin goes. Bitcoin is that variable. That's a bullish target, but right now is a huge opportunity. So that's 5,000. 10,000. Going to 1 trillion, 10 can turn to 111,000. 2 trillion, 223,000. 3 trillion, 334, 4, 446, 5, 557. So off a $10,000 investment, hitting $10 trillion valuation, this could net you that millionaire status, $1.1 million. That's just off $10,000. If some people have that in their 401ks and they can roll that over into an IRA and diversify it immediately today and just set it and forget it. That is definitely in the cards. Now, $50,000. This ranges from $500,000 at 1 trillion to $5.5 million off of a $50,000 investment. And if you've been working for your company for at least 5 to 7 years, you could have close to this in your retirement plan. Some people can use their retirement plans to roll it in, and it depends on what your employer gives you the options to do. But you guys are figuring out and getting the picture. $100,000. It ranges from at 1 trillion, $1.1 million, 10 trillion, $11.158 million. So this will boost up your retirement if you have this type of money in there. Now, if you have more, this is just what we started with. Some people have more than this, but you want to try at least getting at least $5,000 skin in the game, because 5,000, as you see, gets you $500,000 at 10 trillion. Now, like we said, if MicroStrategy ends up going to trading at a premium of 20, 30, or 50x or more, that could be a million investment just with $5,000. That's how early we are. The Bitcoin Bros don't want you to miss this opportunity. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. Are you stacking MicroStrategy? Do you have that at least $5,000 investment in there for your long-term hodl/retirement? We ran the numbers past you. Make it all make sense. We're still so early. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we appreciate each and every one of you. Go ahead and show us some love. And with that, that's all I have for you today. I'm out.